Okay, now I have input viewer on. Just want to quickly show everything that I'm doing for the Poke clip here to be consistent. So at the end, I have a setup that kind of gives me a consistent camera angle, and that's the main thing I want to show, but I'll just go through the whole thing, just show all the little things that I'm looking for. So to start off, we've been setting it up like in the middle of the gate, like right here, in between these two lines, but I'm gonna be setting it up like on this line a little bit more to the left, and then drop it like right after you get onto the top step, so it should be right on the edge there. So, like right there, even if it's on the step below, it should be fine as long as it's not like, as long as it's like on the edge, it should be fine. We'll see if that actually works out. But yeah, so then get my angle, backflip iron boots. And then for this combo, just a little note here for, I think this is just a little optimization that I like to do. So, because you're supposed to do, well, we've been doing left slash, right slash, and then neutral slash in ESS and all of those. So what I've been doing is neutral slash first, and then interrupt it with ESS left. That was the wrong slash, I just went early. Like that. And then I can just keep holding ESS left and then do the left slash like that. So I just kind of combine those, and then do the right slash, and then back hop, iron boots off, neutral slash, like normal. And then, so for this, instead of aiming at this corner, I'm still going to be aiming at this line, but just aim at like the middle instead. And then to keep the pot from like pushing me, the most consistent way I found to do that is just to keep aiming at like the center of the screen until the boomerang gets back to me. So I'm just going to let go and then keep holding that. See, and that didn't change my position. So then you can stop pointing at the screen. Because then I'm going to go into C up just to get a roughly, I have a visual cue, I'll show it over here. Just so you don't have to do like a ton of turnarounds. So basically this first post of the fence here, like, just so there's this column and then there's this post to the left of it. I want the camera, the edge of it, to be like in between those two. So that's all I'm looking for, and that gives you a good reference to always be, sometimes it works with like one turnaround. I always do like 5 just to be safe, but yeah. So then you just do this part like normal. So then you'll be against this left wall, and the paw will be about right here. So then turn around, pull out claw, and then be aiming at the left side of the screen here, and I'm gonna start holding left immediately after pulling that claw, like that. The camera was weird there, but that's just the most consistent way I found to stop from clipping back in, because sometimes if you like aim the wrong way or the camera moves a certain way, it'll clip you back in. So that's just my way of avoiding that. And then let me make sure I have the rupee cutscene here. Once I'm here, instead of looking at like the wall, like the corner right here as a visual cue, I'm just going to be looking at the rupee itself. So I'm going to break this pot, and then I want the rupee to be on the edge of the screen. It can be like slightly off screen or like halfway cut off, but that'll always give you this camera angle. Actually, that was different. I think it does depend a little bit, but basically it'll always be straight on like that, and then you can just hold like upright. Or there's another one that I want to show. So here, the rupee is like off the edge of the screen like that, but I can still grab it. So I'm just gonna make sure I have this cleared again. So that, I think that's what consistent gives you the other camera, where I'm basically just gonna be holding left. So but either camera angle, they're both pretty clear, pretty easy to react to, and then you don't end up with the weird one that you're like, where it's like facing the back side of the gate, because that changes both the angle that you need to hold and like the timing for closing the text box, because you're basically on the opposite cycle because you're facing the opposite direction. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to show, so hopefully that's helpful.